All right, here we go. You want to be ready? You want to be ready? Hey, you want to be ready? All right. A nigga from Los Angeles writeth the BossMack. He say, BossMack. I'm a 31-year-old nigga out here getting to the chili as a longshoreman. I have a few bitches I interact with, but I don't have any bitches all the way locked in. My issue is with a bitch that I do want to lock in, though. I want to lock this bitch in, boss, man. About a month ago, I popped out on a cruise one of my people hosted. It was lit. As soon as the cruise began, I knocked a bad bitch. The first night a bitch was all over me. I was completely out of character with a bitch. We was kissing and everything. You would have thought we came together on the cruise. You would have thought I brought the bitch on the cruise. I thought I was going to get the fuck the first night. But she shut me down. We end up just sleeping together. The next day, the bitch was all over me again. And that night, she shut me down again. But this time, a bitch told me she had just got out of a relationship and she really wasn't trying to fuck that quick. I felt like a sucker because I had spent damn near 2 bands on alcohol. And we was blowing Big Za that I had snuck on there. The third night we hung out again. But that night I retreated to my room without the bitch. While posted, I noticed several bitches that I had interacted with on the cruise earlier was in my DMs. I picked a bitch and messaged her back, and a bitch told me to pull up to her room. I did that. She questioned me about the bitch I had been hanging out with. I told her we had just met. This bitch was not as bad a bitch as the first bitch, but I really didn't give a fuck. At this point, I just wanted some pussy. It went up. It was cool. But I decided to make it a one-off experience with that bitch. So I shook the bitch for the rest of the trip. I tried to double back to the first bitch I had got at on the cruise like a day later. And lo and behold, the bitch that I had fucked had recorded us and had shown several bitches. I was like, damn. So the first bitch that I got at, she had heard about the video and shitted on me for the rest of the trip. But now we back in LA and I'm trying to shoot my shot at the first bitch. I feel like I got action. I need a little bit of game to knock it in, to lock it in, BossMack. Any tips? Hit the like button. Let it be known, man. Let it be known. I always say, you know, you know my philosophy. If you know my philosophy, you know my philosophy. If you're not thirsty, nothing bad can happen, right? Nothing bad can happen. If you're not thirsty, you can't get recorded. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're not thirsty, you're not worried about fucking a bitch the first night. You kissing a bitch, right? You kissing a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Kissing a bitch. Listen, this is a philosophy that I have right here, right? I want niggas to know. Hear me on this. Hear me on this. A lot of niggas might not agree with me, but hear me on this. Kissing a bitch is a more intimate connection than fucking a bitch. I repeat, kissing a bitch is a more intimate activity than fucking a bitch. A hoe, a prostitute will fuck you and not kiss you. You understand me? So the fact that a bitch was letting you kiss her, you had already had victory. All you needed was to fall back and let the pace go as the pace went without force. You shouldn't even, you see the way I would have did that. If I would have been in that same situation, I would have not tried to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I can already see that this is my bitch. This is my bitch. I'ma have this bitch in the future. I just need to, matter of fact, I'ma just use this time to try to see what kind of bitch this is. Cause this is my bitch. You know what I'm saying? So pressing for pussy, it's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? And then shaking a bitch to fuck with a lesser bitch just so you can get your nut off, to me is you deserve to be recorded and to be put on blast. You deserve to be recorded and put on blast. You know what I'm saying? You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You deserve that. You had the bitch on the team already. And you just threw the bitch back. You know what I'm saying? And see, another thing is the bitches probably was, the lesser bitch wanted to make sure she got the W. She put it out there that she got the W. Which is like an embarrassment to the first bitch because, her partners be like, damn, bitch, you was out here. You was kissing the nigga and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I know niggas don't hear me when I say kissing a bitch. If a bitch is kissing you, you already won. You already won. Pussy. You already won, bro. You had already won, bro. You had already won. But see, if you're not thirsty, nothing bad can happen. Nothing bad can happen. If you would have fell back, if you wouldn't have tried to fuck, if you would have been real relaxed and not tried to fuck, she probably would have tried it. By the third or fourth night, it probably would have went up. It probably would have went up on the atmosphere. If you would have kept it not thirsty and not press a bitch and just kept it just a good time, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button for this game. He fumbled the rock. All right. But I will say this though, if you have communications with a bitch, if you able to communicate with a bitch, you know, I would throw a line out there and see if a bitch is receptive. Don't chase a bitch, but you know, throw a courtesy line out. Hey, I'm trying to link up and kick it. We'll see if she open. You know what I'm saying? And proceed. And if she is open to kicking it, follow a non-thirsty protocol. You know what I'm saying? And then when a bitch press you about why'd you fuck a lesser bitch out on a trip, just be like on some, you know, I was on some cruise boat shit, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to have some love boat shit go on, you know what I mean? I really was trying to fuck with you, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to violate. I know you just got out of a relationship and I didn't want to violate the you know, you probably doing a cooling off period and I respected that, and I thought I wanted to get my shit off, but once I did that, I realized I had made a mistake. You understand me? And that's why I avoided a bitch for the rest of the situation, man. And and make it seem like I was on some love boat shit. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to do some love boat shit. I forgive a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And see if a bitch is, throw a line out and see if a bitch is receptive. Like she might be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Enough time has passed between my last relationship and this, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So, all hope is not lost if you have a line of communication open to a bitch. If you could call a bitch or jump in her DMs or something like that, you know what I'm saying? If you would have fucked a badder bitch, let me look in the camera. If you had fucked a badder bitch, this will be easier. But since you fucked a lesser bitch, see, bitches look down upon you when you fuck lesser bitches. You know what I'm saying? If it would have been a badder bitch, this would be easier. You know what I'm saying? If you would have took down a badder bitch, if you would have took down a badder bitch, you might have got some pussy on the boat, too. But since you took down a lesser bitch, you know what I mean? Hit the like button for this game. And a lesser bitch be knowing she a lesser bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta be, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. If you're not thirsty, nothing bad can happen. Just because you on the boat, it's not a failure if you don't get to bust a nut out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know a lot of niggas in their mind, they like, man, I'm on the cruise. I gotta get some pussy. But it's not a failure. But I know niggas that in their mind, they be like, I didn't get no pussy on the cruise, so I wasted money. You know what I'm saying? I know niggas think like that. But really, you tripping. And especially if it's a bitch from the same city that you from, and she like a worthy bitch, and you want to put her on a team, you ain't got, man. Play the long game. Fuck the short game. Fuck the short game. Fuck the short game. The long game. The long game.